Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to, I almost called it Transport Fever, but it's not. This is Under Construction. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as Trainman. And this week, of course, we're going to be scenicking this, scenicking, or putting up houses here. Oh, this already has houses. Scenicking that, scenicking this area, and then starting work on these two blocks here, because these two blocks are fairly self-explanatory. They're almost done. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks should be done today, out of the handful that we still need to finish. And just to start, actually, see, I brought this up, I thought about it, and so, guess what I've got? That's right, we got the Train Fever soundtrack in here. It's actually just on YouTube. I wanted to go grab the files directly, but there we go. We've got some music to listen to in the background. Tell me if it's too loud. I have it right now on about half volume. But you know what I should do? I should compare it to the mill. If I can hear it over the mill, it's probably too loud. Let me go find the mill and listen to it for a second. Once it loads the mill in here. It is actually significantly louder than the mill. It's okay if it's too quiet for now. I don't want it to be too loud. You know, I want to be able to be heard. But there we go. We got the Train Fever soundtrack. These are songs that we haven't heard in a while. Obviously, I haven't heard them in a while. You guys, you know, I'm not sure if you guys rewatch my old videos or whatever, but you know, it's reason enough for me to be like, hey, let's play the songs. Let's play the Train Fever soundtrack. Good set of tunes that I don't get to listen to anymore since I don't make that series. Since we've moved on to bigger and better things, but not necessarily better music. Alright, put that there. We're going to start, of course, with driveways for all these houses. What did I say about this area? And these houses? I don't really remember. I know this guy's going to have, like, most of this area to himself. And then these guys, this guy gets a driveway here. I was going to do something funny with these driveways, but I don't remember what it was. I think I was going to have, like, cars come in the back. But it's kind of a hill here, right? Yeah. That's right, I was going to leave this space open as, like, a lot for cars. And then, yeah, where's my sort of dirty texture? Not the dirt texture, the, like, dead grass texture. Where is that? Oh, it's over here. I want this. Screen tearing's not fun. Sort of hurts my eyes. Need to get a new graphics card. One of these days. One of these days I'll get a new graphics card. Okay, so we need some fence. First up is probably going to be... Well, actually, let's finish the driveways first. So that's that guy's driveway. That guy's a driveway. This guy is going to get a driveway here. Will it be that nobody on this block will have a garage? Maybe this guy could have a garage, but I don't really feel like giving him one. And I think I'm going to put his driveway on this side. Even though it doesn't make an awful lot of sense. I'll give it some room between the driveway and the side of the house as well. This guy obviously doesn't have a driveway. His car's right there. Alright, I put the playlist on shuffle, so we'll see what's next. Oh, I remember this song. I'm probably going to say that about every song, but, you know, I remember this song. Feels very Wild Westy. Wild Westy. That should be... That's a good episode title. Okay, next up on Things to Write for the Iron Horseman Chronicles, Wild Westy. It's funny, there are a couple of episode ideas floating around for, you know, certain characters sort of going off the chain, so to speak. There's one actually that plays a fairly significant role in Season 3 whenever we get to that. I've been writing it. Let's see. This guy's gonna have like a chain link fence around. Let's see. Should I just have like a communal parking area in the back? Well, I mean, it's only 4 people. No, you know what I'll do? You know what? I just had an idea to add a little bit more to this area. SD houses 1. See, we have 3 out of 4. Oh no, there are more than 4. Alright, sweet. Another one where the parking's going to be on this side. And then what I'll do is I'll actually attach driveways, like, through the middle. So that they're like walking paths. This is the kind of innovation you need in a town. See, and now I don't feel too bad about, you know, stopping to think about my happy little trees when, you know, we've got the Admiral James T in the background. Rocking awesome tunes. I should just take this whole thing and put it in my iTunes. This and the Transport Fever soundtrack. They deserve to be there. You know, as much as I say that the Transport Fever soundtrack, you know, sort of pales in comparison to this one, it's still good. It's still a good assemblage of music, just it wasn't the best follow-up. Although, to be completely honest, if we heard that one first and then this one, I might say the same thing. I don't know how this one would follow that one. This one, you know, it seems like, the Transport Fever soundtrack almost feels like it's, oh, what was I gonna say? It almost feels like it's, oh, here's another one. What's the word that I'm looking for? It feels like it's built upon, you know, it's taken what we have right now in this Train Fever soundtrack and sort of toyed with it, played with it, seen what else you can get out of those same sort of sounds, and then extended it and had more fun with it. Like, the Transport Fever soundtrack is, I think, a good assemblage of songs and stuff like that. You know, there's some good pieces of music in there. But yeah, it's standing on the shoulders of giants. It's, you know, it makes sense as a follow-up of this. It's like, well, okay, yeah, we thought that last thing we made was cool, so let's add to it, almost. Whereas this, you know, I think it came after, despite my thoughts on it being overall better. I feel like we would sort of view it as the follow-up that didn't have everything the original did. You know, it just didn't. It wasn't what the, you know, if the tables were turned and we listened to the Transport Fever soundtrack first and then this would feel like, you know, almost like a cheap knockoff. Or it could go the other way. This could seem like, it could seem like sort of the simplified, you know, the pure version of that, which I could understand that sentiment as well. This was fun to listen to, though. I'm so glad somebody suggested this so that we could get it back into our repertoire. Hopefully, I don't get flagged. If I get flagged on this video, then I won't be able to use this again, unfortunately. But if I don't, then this is going to be the background of the episodes. It's much more, it's a very chill thing to listen to. Even though it's kind of upbeat, it's still very chill. Yeah, okay, so here's what we'll do. That's an easy way as well to tell. See, I'll just instinctively start humming along to the songs, or, you know, making noise to them, and that's an easy way for me to tell if my vocals are desynced or not, which happens a lot when I'm recording these, as you guys have probably noticed. They use this song in, like, the trailer, I think. This is chill right here. This is some chill tunes. On the right, there you go. Speaking of tunes, though, I could not, for the life of me today, could not stop thinking about, and yesterday too, the remix of The Chain. The Chain being sung by, crap, what is his name? Van Morrison? Oh god. I can't remember now, and I listened to it so many times. But the remix of The Chain that they made for Guardians of the Galaxy. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Spoilers, I guess. Spoilers for the trailer music. No, but honestly, I love it. And The Chain just happened to come up in my iTunes. Or in my YouTube. As like a, hey, recommended for you, because sometimes when I'm at work I'll listen to songs on YouTube. Normally I'll listen to songs on my iPod, but at work I don't do that as much, because having the headset always plugged into the computer is better, in case you get a call. But anyways, yeah, so I got hooked on that, on a feeling actually, no. But so I was listening to that just on repeat, or not on repeat, but I would listen to it, and then I would listen to some other bits from the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, sometimes 1, but mostly Volume 2. And then I would go back to that one. I don't know why, and I was trying to find like extended cuts, because the one on the trailer is only like a minute and a half or something, 2 minutes maybe. And you know, they had that one in abundance, but they did not have a 4-minute long, like, cut of it. Which I did find, I think, if I recall correctly, I found. And that was awesome. So, yeah, wholly recommend. And, yeah, never break the chain. There. That's how paths work. I'm gonna sort of part the grass. I'm gonna add a strip of thick grass between these two things. I think we've done... Oh, you know what we need to do? I totally whiffed on. Is finish the driveway entrances for all these guys. I finally gave the map a, it's gonna be on the right. I finally gave the map a decent thumbnail, which is looking down the line from underneath the signal bridge at the, what is that, the north end of the Gilson Eastern Olive interlocking. Yeah. A little bit of a mouthful, perhaps. But, yeah, it's quite a nice picture. I think it's, you know, I had to sort of position it right, because the issue was, you know, I cranked up the render distance, but the issue was some of the stuff out there just isn't done yet, and so I had to make it look as good as I could. Just because I wanted to have a decent picture. Because right now, it looked like grid. And then I added a description, which I need to fix because it has a typo. Hopefully I'll remember that before it goes on the DLS. Actually, it's a pretty significant typo. It's not like I misspelled a word. It's like I put a word where it doesn't belong, or you know, I was going through and changing the wording, and I left a word behind by accident. Whoops, you know, I goofed. While I was reading through it to the other guys, it was a moment of, oh crap, need to fix that. And then I didn't because it was late and I had to go to bed. It's funny now, you know, I do all sorts of quote-unquote adult things now. I work in an office, I commute to Boston every day, you know, blah blah blah. But you become so much less, you know, you forget what you had as a kid. Like, you know, and that thing, so let me just finish the thought. That thing is summers. My summer, while I'm not in school, is as busy as any other part of the year now. In fact, it's probably busier than when I was in school, significantly so. You know, I can hardly find the time to make these videos, let alone the Iron Horseman Chronicles. And then, when I'm in school, I could still sort of manage that when opportunities arose. It's the flip side of, well, in school you're taking things home to work on. At work you don't take things home to work on, but come on up. At work you don't take things home to work on, but you know, my commute time and stuff like that. If I lived closer, it'd be a shorter commute, but you know, I'm not gonna up and move to Boston right now. As much as that could be nice. I don't know what to put here. Oh right, no, this is the area I need the redwood fence for. Where's the redwood fence? Where's the nearest house that has that? There it is. Oh, I didn't grab it. Oh, because I grabbed height. Because I'm an idiot. There. What is with the little here now? Whoa, 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 whoa! Get to pick list? Oh my god, that's what that means. You can right click on it. What other things have that button? None of those. Get texture to pick list. Okay. Obviously, get to pick list for both of the gets. Same thing with that. Okay, so it's just all of the gets. You can right click on them and select get to pick list. Sweet. That is nice, right there. Same thing with the train stuff. So you don't even have to go and, like, get them, find them in the list, you know, when it selects them, and then move them in. You just send it directly to pick list. Do not pass go, do not collect 200 pick list. But I'm gonna give these guys a little bit of a I don't know what the word's gonna be, but some edge. Okay, so this way. I saw that there was, before I even get to comments, and not even on this video, I saw there was some praise for getting another voice in on Locomotion, and yeah, no, I feel you, people that were tired of just me. I get tired of me pretty quick. So the age-old question, you know, do you watch your own videos? Oh, hell no. I was there for them the first time. You know, I don't understand how you people stand me. So. Okay, so we're gonna go this way. Yeah, I was trying to avoid the hill. Because we're just going to fill this up with grass and trees, this area right here. Although I could nudge this farther over. I could nudge it like one fence length's worth. Probably like 3/4. I was going to ask if that was noticeable if it was crooked, but yes, it's absolutely noticeable. need to stop asking dumb questions. Just kidding, there are no such things as dumb questions. Just dumb people. But just as well, even if that were true, as the old joke goes, even if that were true, how do you think dumb people get to be smart? By asking questions. Yeah. Good, those of you that actually try to answer that. I'm sure the answer was kind of obvious, so. It's okay if you didn't get it right away. That just means you're one of the dumb people. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Don't take that personally or seriously. Okay, what do I do now? Because I managed to get the house to not float, but the consequence was now this ground embedded in the... Yeah, no, this is... Oh, you know what? You know what I can do? I didn't even think of this. Let's just lower the house slightly. That's the wrong controls. There. Come on, down we go. Davy Jones' locker. Oh, too much. Alright, there we go. Just fine. While I got the camera embedded in a tree, everything's just fine. Alright, no trees in that backyard. I'm gonna put a chain link fence around this place. Chain link fence like the one that's currently around the basketball court. The nostalgia factor with these songs is real, and it's funny because it's hardly even legitimate nostalgia. It's a game that came out a couple of years ago that I played for 100 episodes. How many hours do I even have in it? Let me look. Train Fever. I still have it installed. I have 112 hours installed of Train Fever on Steam. So there you go. I was gonna say I maybe had 50 because of the length of an episode, but longer than that because I did play on my own. And the episodes were never perfectly half an hour. It's just sometimes that's what I'd shoot for. That would never happen though. See, sometimes you just can't get away with making short videos. The issue with making short videos is, if you don't want to edit them, like I don't want to edit them, if you don't want to edit a larger file down to a smaller one, what you just get is a video where nothing happens. And, I mean, on the flip, you could just have a long video where nothing happens, or a long video where you have to wait a while for something to happen. But in my mind, it's like, at least there is progress. You know, in these games, especially this, but this is kind of an outlier because I make these videos 2 hours long. In these kinds of videos, for example, let's take Transport Fever right now as an example. Transport Fever, I'm going through my scenario. I'm going through the scenario that I'm currently going through. I'm going through the whole campaign, as a matter of fact. And the thing with the campaign is, almost every level I've gone, oh, it should end here, and then it doesn't. It keeps going. Like, there's another objective. That actually just happened to me with the oil level. I figured, okay, well, we'll sort of coast to the finish now. And spoilers for... Actually, I'm not sure if this has come out yet. Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. Spoilers for what comes out tomorrow. I get a little bit surprised by the fact that the scenario doesn't end. It's like, alright, yeah, we're not going to do much. We're just going to sort of dick around, spend our money, try to do whatever. And then, suddenly, and it makes sense, too. I don't know why I didn't expect it. But, suddenly, more stuff. Alright, there we go. Get rid of that. That's better. I just want it to be sort of that narrow corridor. I know some of these people are going to have fences. This guy's got to be one of them. This guy is too. This guy's going to have some shrubs behind his house. You know what? Let's get a shrub spline. Oh, get wrecked, shrub. Right there. There we go. Give me that. Don't give me no. Wow, some of these songs I did legitimately forget. I'm not trying to attach anything. Here we go again. So we're gonna leave this as is. Actually, I'm gonna get even taller grass to put here. Where's our, like, serious grass? Did I show you guys that I started treeing this area up? I did more trees and some rocks as well. I still need to finish out with this. But things are looking good. Things are really looking good for this area of Olive. This area needs some, like, dirt paths and not dirt paths and scattered trees, and then the rest of this area needs regular trees. Also, Mason, a little while ago, I think it was either Mason said this recently, but I originally saw Scuryoshi do it. I just put a train bridge here and then put the road over it. Wait, where'd the pillars go? Okay, there they go. So yeah, I haven't driven down here yet, but it looks a hell of a lot better. This doesn't have trees yet. This will get trees soon. And I honestly, I think this is just a hunch, but it's because the game has not crashed on me yet. I think they might have fixed that. The Forest of Death is not so deadly anymore. I hope. Okay, we're gonna put this thick grass in here. See, people always say, well, yeah, the speed trees are... 10 treats the speed trees better than the splines. And frankly, I don't think that's because of a huge performance improvement on the speed trees part. That is almost certainly because of an enormous performance drop on how well the damn splines actually work. They just don't, you know? They don't do well. They really slow things down. Like, I could... If I got rid of all the splines in this area, I do not know how much faster it would run. But I would presume the answer is quite a bit. But you know what they say. When you presume, it makes you pee out of your weight. That's not how it works. Okay. Funky shaped fence, but hey, why not? I like the idea that these guys put up a fence so that you could not see them on their porch, but they regularly go sit upstairs and look at people over the fence. The idea of doing that is amusing to me, and if I had a house like this, I would do that too. Although honestly, you know, who doesn't love to people watch, so to speak? Right? Not even so to speak, but just, you know, as a general statement. It's interesting to see how people interact in different ways. Oh, yeah, that's right. One of these blocks was gonna have no fences, right? Or no, that was the one I was working on last time. I just couldn't be bothered to put up fences in for some reason. Let's line up a little opening with the front door-ish. Or that works. I knew there was something there that I had to line it up with. Boom, boom. Properties sometimes are not so square. As to who owns the little grassy strip of land in the middle here, God knows. Okay, so there's that. Oh, you know what? We need to put the grass over here, too. We need to put the lime in the coconut. And mix it all up. Okay. Right. Dar. Not the super duper grass that we have in the middle here, but there you go. Put some grass in this guy's backyard. This is some of the grassiest area that we have yet. Alright, now it's time to get some trees. Okay, I didn't want to put a river birch there, but screw it. River birch is growing there. It's perpetually messing up this guy's TV signal. And scraping this guy's roof. He's probably effing tired of that tree. Gonna be completely honest. I would be too. Alright, so then we're gonna put a big leaf maple over here. Because why not? Let's throw down some birch trees next to it. Make it seem less alone. In a garden full of angels, you will never be alone. These are the weird ones, right? Oh no, these are the straight ones. Super duper straight up ones. Never mind, that's tiny. Let's get the full size one. There we go. What I really wanted was a red oak, but for whatever reason the game said no. Although that, like I've said, if I'm not synced, that's gonna sound really bad. Like I don't know how to time things, or I'm just mocking it, or I mean I was sort of just mocking it. That wasn't a genuine attempt to sing, but trust me, you guys will know when it's a genuine attempt to sing. Not because it'll sound better, in fact, the opposite actually, but you'll know because generally when I'm going to do that, I'll be kind enough to add subtitles saying, okay, insert earplugs now. Just kidding, I'm way too lazy to add subtitles, you guys are on your own. Okay, we need a smaller tree. That is, oh, you know what, that is a smaller tree. I wish I could have a little memorial plaque to put in the corner here. They had one of those in the neighborhood I lived in years and years ago. It was just a, you know, it was a piece of land that basically you couldn't put a house on. It was too small and narrow and pointed. But so they just made it a little park, and they put a monument there. And I used to remember going down there with my dad. Like it was a place. Oh, let's walk the dog to such and such place. I wish I knew what it was called. I could go by there. Like, it's not like it's far away. We're in Rhode Island. And even then, I was by there earlier today, twice. So I had to go to the bank. Let's just add a couple of these. Add another dark maple. Why not? You know, we need some of these bigger little birch trees in the middle here. Oh, I like that it shows me what I'm going to click on too. If only I was a little bit more patient, I would never click on the wrong thing again. Come on, give me a little one. I want a little baby one. Alright, fine, whatever. What else kind of tree can we stick in the back there? You know, we don't have like a sugar maple. Definitely not a willow tree. Broadleaf. That's another good one. Wait. We're there. Oh, that's right. I left this area untreed. I'm gonna move this birch that's totally... By move, I mean remove. I do not recognize this one. Anybody remember this one? I don't. This was Cocoon. Okay. I do not remember ever hearing this song. You know, I need a set of swings. Yes, no, maybe. Where's the set of swings? Check the park. There we are. They were disappearing because I had zoomed out too much. What the hell, swings? I feel like I need the irregular little grass line. The asymmetric. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying. Oh. You really want to do this to me today? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Oh. Yeah, it's fine. And then, you know what? Can we get another one of these little, not a pool. I want one of these little garden things. It's not a spline. What's this one? Oh yeah, these are like garden bits that we could attach together. The only problem is they're too big. And also they're like freaking hedge mazes with doors for no reason. Yeah, I don't understand this. Maybe I'm just not cultured enough. I'll wager that's it. Oh my god, a gate. We have garden building back here. You know what I'm just gonna do? I'm just gonna copy paste the little garden we made for the other people here. Don't take the terrain. Don't actually take the ground cover either. I don't think I can get away with this. Because it's just too big. Let's turn it around. Like the paste area is too big, not like the thing itself is. Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's gonna randomly delete stuff. This is not pleasing me. Aha! That's a sensible place for it, only they've got a tree growing in the side of their house now. That cannot be good for neither the house nor the tree. That actually looked quite good. You know what I want though? I want a couple of trees along the back here. Little guys. What were the ones that I used to stick in a line by people's houses? That's right, the cedar trees. Just in case you need some allergies. Here's some cedar trees. Whoops. Rotate. There you go. You got cedar trees at the edge of the property now. That increases the value a lot. I can't. It's small. It's full of fat stacks. Okay, maybe not. Okay, nope. Let's just leave it alone. I forgot I did that. We're just leaving it alone. Alright, 41 minutes in. And now we finished this one, and we started on this one, only we just need a couple more houses. So they're gonna be houses. Either houses or like a general store. I would settle for either one right here, but definitely not more trees. We're just stuck in the tree area. Trolley. Oh, that kind of trolley. Truck. Cement mixer. Oh, it's those guys. With the angry face on the back. Chevy Cheyenne. When did these guys come out? I feel like they're out of era. Truck DAF Torpedo. Oh, okay. That looks cool. Let's put this over in the construction site. Let's put in the other construction site. A couple of houses going up in this neighborhood. And I put 3 of them down instead of 2, but at least one is where I wanted it. Fargo 1D. Alright. Ford F1 pickup. Nice. We've got all different versions of it, I guess. Truck International Semi 01. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. Where's the intermodal area? No, I don't want a dumper. I just want like the semis. I just want to put them. I just want to put some down in a row here. These are basically just like the everyman semi-truck. Yes. And they're nice pastel colors. And I'd like to disappear when I zoom out. How far do I have to zoom out before it gives up on rendering spline points? Where do I go to get that to happen? Or does it not do that? Was that a bug they fixed? Because that'd be another one. Truck Oshkosh. Where's TBA? We need him. Beat truck Conrail. Let's not use that. Crossing. Okay. Oh hey, this is like this uses the new track. This is like yeah, it's a European one though. Damn. Seaside Junction building. I don't suppose this is a nope. It's just a building. That's all trackside stuff. City House. Okay, these are not houses, man. These are tenement apartment buildings. I get that it's like a city house, but it's not what you're thinking about. It's not a house. At least we know where to look. Tunnel chimney. Tunnel portal stuff. Tuscaloosa. Two-horse omnibus. Okay. These are cool. Caravan park. We could probably use those. UK houses. I don't need all this UK stuff. There's a lot of UK stuff. Here's what we'll do, actually. We'll make this a little thing on display. Because I was talking about little parks. I know they shouldn't all be, you know, wicked close together. But this will just be this on display. Oh, I should spin the textures. There we go. The fact that we just have enough trees, even in the extremely limited render distance that I have up, which I think is 2500, to sort of just take care of the horizon is something that I really am really happy with. You know, there's something about, you know, you look off into the distance. Oh, that's a baseball field. You look off into the distance at something in a terrains map, and if you can see the edge, it just sort of drops off. You know, it stops. But if you can't see the edge for a realistic reason, you know, for example, if I look this way, I can't see over everything. I would be able to see, you know, a line of trees over there too. Just for the sake of example, let's turn this up a little bit, because I should be able to see over the. Yeah, there we go. And now you can see, you know, this is what it would look like in the distance. This makes sense. It's not like the world ends. It's just you can't see over certain stuff. Whereas when I took the picture and it was in this direction. But the farthest thing you can see there, even when everything loads in, there are those power lines. There aren't trees on this hill yet, I don't think. Actually, there are. But in this direction, there aren't. Because you can see the gray in the background there. And that's something, A, to really avoid, is being able to see the edge of the map in any way, shape, or form like that. There should always be some sort of blocker. Even if it's just like a shoddy backdrop thrown out there. And B, you know, you have to create a sense of scale. You have to create a sense of, okay, yeah, this is big. You know, the world is big. It's not limited to the small area that we are in. That's what I do with my world score when I do route reviews, which there's one of those in like 5 weeks or something. It's how believable is it to me from riding on the railroad that we are part of a larger world? You know, do things make sense? Oh, I clicked off the window. Do things sort of A, make sense geographically and geologically, I suppose. There aren't any weird things like rivers that split or, you know, whatever. Which, that happens occasionally, but not ever often. And it's something that people love to do in maps. I was guilty of this once, as well. There's one of these in the Iron Horseman route. But, yeah, so stuff like that, and additionally stuff like, okay, can I see the edge of the map from here? Does the track go right up to the edge of the map? You know, is there... does it make sense, you know, even that this railroad exists? Could it even possibly be making money? And I know that some railroads, some even particularly famous railroads, have managed to cling to life as short lines and made virtually no money, you know, operating on quote-unquote shoestring budgets. Can you tell that I've been reading the Strasbourg book that came out recently? I borrowed it from TJ. I traded him The Railroad That Came Out at Night, which is a book about railroading in and around Boston. Both of those books are worth the read, though the Railroad that came out tonight is showing its age now. It's... oh god, that book got to be 40 years old. It's, you know, it speaks from the 70s, in 1977, I think. Although possibly slightly later than that, but that's just where, you know, that's just when it was written. And there are a few things in the book where he'll think about, well, the author will speculate on the future. I think his name is Frank Kuiper or something. He'll speculate on the future, and sometimes he gets it right, sometimes he gets it wrong. And it's really interesting to see, like, his thoughts on, well, maybe this will happen. And, you know, like I said, seeing that reflected on real life. Like, he, you know, is not worried by the end of his chapter, but has questions about the future of South Station, Boston South Station, because they had just barely managed to save it from getting torn down, like what's left of it today. And it's like, you know, we're looking forward to see if anything, you know, actually gets done with the place. You know, it's skeptical, but hopeful that, you know, it's used in this new South Station, you know, project, which involves putting up a bus terminal and stuff like that. And now I take the train, not into, but towards South Station every day, and I've been in there a lot in the past couple of years. And it's, you know, part of me can scarcely believe that there was a point in time where, you know, tearing down South Station was on the table, because it's such an enormously trafficked place. You know, but this is speaking from a point in time where railroad travel had completely fallen by the wayside. It was, you know, it was out of favor and it was out of style. So, yeah, seeing that little bit, and then looking at how South Station is today, and being like, you know, I mean, it turned out okay. And then there's the other side of it, which is he speculates on, well, I wonder, you know, he talks about the Boston and Maine Railroad, and at this point in time, they had barely survived. They were barely surviving, but they were getting better, and they were getting better quickly after, you know, aggressive periods of rebuilding, etc., etc. Where they had fallen into bankruptcy and they were clawing their way out of bankruptcy, and things were looking up for the Boston and Maine. And it was like, well, you know, this old road that everybody thought was going away is still somehow kicking. It's surviving, and you know, even you could almost call it thriving because of just how well they were suddenly doing. And think, you know, everything was coming up Millhouse for the Boston and Maine, and then they get bought by Guilford, like shortly after the book was written. And you know, in the book he talks about, you know, it's you know, I'm not sure there's any direct wording, but like it's a very optimistic sort of, well, you know, they're gonna keep going now. They've gotten this far, they're gonna keep going, and then they immediately get purchased. And more than anything, like I always have thought of Guilford and Pan Am as extent. Oh well, Pan Am I've voiced my thoughts on. Pan Am is the closest thing you can get to a modern day Penn Central. They are an airline. They're an airline at heart and have no idea how to run a railroad. That is my opinion on Penn Central. Relatively unfounded because I'm not a railroad man, but when I talk around railroad men regarding Pan Am, the vibe seems about right. I digress. It made me a little bit annoyed at Guilford. I mean, obviously it's not a rational sort of annoyed, because they're just, you know, they're just doing business. People, you know, and as much as I rag on the G&W as well, they're not out to destroy roads and histories. They're just out to be a company. They're out to make money, and I can't fault them for that. you know, I would like to see, you know, heritage of the railroads that the G&W has taken over, but currently you just got one. The only one they care about, which is why Milky is like, no, they're okay. Like, no, they're not. They have an SP thing. It's, you know, it's like a thing that's painted up Bloody Nose, I think. It's Port of Tillamook Bay or whatever. Or Albany and Eastern. Something's painted up Black Widow, maybe. I can't really remember, but it's painted in an SP scheme, and that's why Milky's in love with it. Anyways, the idea was, you know, the hopeful, well, things are looking up for the B&M, and then they immediately get bought, and, you know, then they end up where they are now. It's like, how far the mighty have fallen. Because the B&M was, first of all, was huge in its day, and so many railroads were, of which, you know, of which a good number, there is no trace left on this earth of them. You know, almost. Certainly not in the hearts and minds of the everyday folk. But the B&M was big, and they were big, and they were trying, and they were getting better, and it was, you know, oh my god, this railroad that is, you know, utterly steeped in history, and I use that term every once in a while to sort of describe the idea that, you know, a railroad's old, but seriously, the B&M had done a lot by that point. And, you know, looking at that and going, wow, you know, this old road, which we thought was a goner, we thought was dead forever, is coming back, and it's like there's finally an opportunity for the Boston and Maine to redeem themselves and, you know, sort of make good and everything, and prove that, yeah, a railroad can come out from where they were, from bankruptcy, and, you know, make money again, and be a functioning railroad again. And then it's like, oh, no, you can't. It irks me, because they killed it. They stopped it from getting better. They disallowed it. Yeah. I don't know. I could say that irks me about 20 more times, and it wouldn't fully get across the emotions that I feel regarding the Boston and Maine and its history and what happened to it. In the same way, I just feel like it was robbed, basically. I feel like it wasn't fair. Life's not fair. And I wish the B&M had a chance, because if they hadn't gotten gobbled up, they still could have existed to this day, and it would be the last. It would be the last New England railroad, and I think this is true, aside from Providence and Worcester, which, you know, now it's G&W, would be the last New England railroad that still exists as its, you know, counterpart of old. Obviously, the Boston and Maine was a conglomerate on its own. It was a system that built on others, like the Fitchburg and the, what's another one I'm thinking of? Well, like the Eastern Route. A whole bunch of other little railroads. The Fitchburg is the one that comes to mind because it was a fairly large purchase. But, you know, this conglomerate, which, yeah, it was a conglomerate, but it was still a historic name. You know, it was a transition era name. There aren't, yeah, I'm not sure there are any railroads left in New England that did not get sort of folded under something else at some point. You know, like get put into Conrail, or even Penn Central and then Conrail, or Guilford or Penn Am. That's really it. You know, you had one on one side and one on the other. North of Boston, Guilford. South of Boston, Conrail. There were no other options, and thus only, you know, only a select few railroads really maintained the name up until that time, and the B&M was one of the last, if not the last, because they got absorbed after Conrail happened, of the old roads to disappear. I don't know, actually. What about, like, Grand Trunk? I don't know about the Canadian roads that sort of stretch down. I lose track when you get into Maine of all the different railroads that at one point entered and came in that direction. Even the ones that just came to Boston in general. These trees have very, very straight trunks. Should use them for telephone poles. Maybe they do. Hell, I don't know. Alright, so we've hit comment time, but I'm going to finish up this area here. I don't know what I'm going to do, really. I need to put down some cars. Oh, I did get some new ones, actually. I got some new SAP parked cars. You know what I want? I want more cedar trees. I started making cedar trees very rare initially, and now I'm just sort of slapping them all over the place because they look good and they fit in tight spaces. They're not so tall, not so wide. So, there you go. And the residential development can stay the way it is. Let me throw down some cars. Let me actually grab a set so it'll direct me to where they are. SAP parked cars. Oh, did this not fit? No, these guys do fit, but I wish they were one shorter. It's like I have all these cars as individual objects somewhere, I'm just not sure where. Here, I have like 3A. I think 3A is one of the ones I did not have before. But I'll just go park it on this side. Yeah, because it has the freaking Batmobile. Eh, close enough. Let's get one of these 1950s cars and just slide it in over here. Slide it into those DMs. These people park in all different locations. You know, you got to assume for every family we got here, we've got at least 2 cars. It's the automobile age. This is the 50s, like, let's not kid ourselves. Everybody's got cars. Cars for days. Spin this around this way. For days. Okay, so here's the issue. This is embedded in the driveway. Now I'm trapped in the driveway. I know. Up a little bit. Down a bit. There we go. Alright, now we'll raise the car. Happy mediums, folks. Happy mediums. And happy larges and smalls. Everybody gets to be happy. Guys will get the newest Buick that is black. That is sunk into the ground a little bit, but you know what, that's fine. I'm just gonna do it like that. and before these guys, before these guys get sued for ripping off the garden. Alright, I don't feel like doing cars here. We're gonna go do comments. So, over to my channel, and then go back a little bit to the last under construction video. Okay, under construction, episode 15, service pack 2. We've got, what, 6 comments. First one, Zachary4, love your vids, man, never stop watching. I already gave that one a thumbs up because I saw that, and I was like, thank you. Thank you very much. I always love those kind of positive comments, like, well, like that, I don't know what other example to give. Just like, love your content, blah, blah, blah. It's always good to be a video maker and just be recognized as being appreciated. Because there's nothing worse than if you guys have... I'm sure some of you, plenty of you in the audience, have tried to make videos of your own, and it can be really, really nice those first few times when it's like, oh, look, I've got a couple of views, I've got, look, I made it. I heard some guys talking in the... Oh, where was it? While I was at work, because I have 2 monitors, I had the Railstream Chicago camera up on the other one, and I would do some work, and then I'd say a couple things, but mostly I was going back and forth from looking at one screen to looking at the other when I heard a train coming. And somebody was very excited of the fact that there were almost at 1,000 views, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. They were legitimately excited over that possibility, over that. And when you reach those milestones, even if they're little milestones, it feels awesome. And it is, because it means you're getting somewhere. It feels like you're getting somewhere, but through, continuation, sometimes it's like, this video got X number of views, this video got X number of views. I try not to focus on that kind of stuff too much anymore, because, I'm doing it at this point. I'm making this series for the sake of doing this map, as much as I am for the sake of making the series. This is, like you guys probably know, this map has sort of been sitting in the back of my mind for, well, it was actually 1 year almost to the day when I started this series from making Tollbrand. From when I had made the original, not the paper map, but, digital image map that showed all the towns and stuff. Showed what I'm going to be building here. And yeah, no, it's it's the thing that's keeping me going and making this. I don't want to get distracted and make other things. And in the meantime, when other folks need maps, like inspiration, whatever, I'm glad to extend and expend, I suppose, my creativity upon them in order to get them something that they can work on. For example, I made up a whole pretty long-winded backstory for a railroad called the Eustis and Leeds that TJ is currently working on. And in fact, I think that's some of the chatter that's going on in the groups that I can't read right now because I'm making this video. So, where was I? Something about 1,000 views and being excited. I don't remember what got me here. This is excellent thinking music, I might add. Also, why would a graveyard need flat ground? Answer, you don't. Okay, let me get rid of the slope a little bit though, because now I actually made things worse by trying to impose flat ground. That's good. That's relatively constant. Alright, so I want one of the white picket fences for the churchyard. Yeah, like this. Gimme. There we go. Fence Station Whitewood. I don't even remember where I was going with my whole spiel. I unfortunately have totally forgotten, but yeah, I remember where I started now. I was saying, I really appreciate just hearing that kind of stuff from you guys. And as well, it's even better than that, because I really appreciate, more than just the nice comments, I appreciate having viewer interaction. I love to include people in the series. Unfortunately, my subscriber base is not big enough that I can just say something and get 100 comments and, oh, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. You know, there will be a couple of people out there that'll always speak their mind, which is awesome. But it's not the smorgasbord that people like, you know, like Zisto or something, or even the achievement hunters will be like, hey guys, we need suggestions for blah blah blah, and they'll get 10 bajillion suggestions. You know, it's like when I used to do the question of the day. It's like, well, nobody answered that one or that one or that one. But this one, you know, this person answered. Good job. Even now we'll get responses to question of the day from, you know, years ago. It'll be like, oh, the answer is such and such. Like, well, you're a little bit late, but you got it right. Good job. Okay. Next question. Rail Lord. Hey, been a while since I've seen your oh, this is a big one. Seen your progress on the Tolbryn map. The town of Olive is looking splendid so far. However, it has been quite a long time since I've heard anything about the reskin project. Are there any new rail vehicle reskins? The only reskin I remember hearing about in one of your videos is the EMD F7A for the Gilson Eastern. It was actually for the Zion and Skyline. Hold on, let me pull it out. The reskin project sort of came to a halt, but that's because I wasn't doing it. It was just, I had volunteers, and Mason put his time and effort into making this and then realized that we can't put this on the DLS because the assets are JR. If the texture wants to load, that'd be really nice. But yeah, there's the Zion and Skyline engines that we got. Let's see, that's 847, so 8471. There we go, 847A, 847B. These are my ZNS units. No, it was, you know, something I would like to have very much, very much. But I am not a reskinner, and, you know, I'm not going to go around to everybody going, hey, will you make me this? Will you make me this? Will you make me this? A long time ago, I made a spreadsheet detailing, you know, what I need, but I'm not going to go hunt people down and beg them to make me things. That was something nice that Mason wanted to do, and it was, you know, it is awesome. Unfortunately, it's not what, you know, it's not DLS compatible, so I can't use it as much as I would like to. That was kind of a bummer. Alright, so I'm gonna fill this in here. Although, with the new changes, as time moves on, with Tane now, things might be a little bit different. I'm not entirely keen on everything that's going on. This church parking lot is going to completely effing overflow. Okay, so between the time frame of 50 minutes and 53 minutes, you talked about The Sandlot. That was a good movie, which I agree that everyone should watch. My belief is that the people who haven't seen the movie are sheltered, as I am called when it comes to quite a few things. Hey, you know, when you like trains, focus on trains. I do have a suggestion to make. When you make a big town, you should use the Yarnish parallel parking splines. I know it might feel a little bit out of era, but apparently it was around the time. Someone apparently invented some sort of parking aid in the 50s that used a spare wheel. I know this. I know what you're talking about. It was a fifth wheel that you, like, screwed down under the car and swung the car into place. I have seen this. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's awesome that another person is familiar with that. But yeah, no, okay, so when I build a bigger town, do I have... Let's see. Let's see if I just have them. Let's see if I can find them. I might have downloaded them, I might not have. Let's go to Yarn stuff. I'm gonna have to put up some things. Let's edit this. Yarn. Let's just break it down. Yarnish Tunnel, oh boy. No, so... Let's see, I think they're all yarn. The things that have been made. Unless they are Yarnish. Can't really recall. Oh yeah, no, I need to... So, Mason, one of the wonderful folks in the group, who also made me that F7, as I've said, has been working on other things. Other roadways, including ones with different kinds of parking and divided highways with medians. So, yeah, these kind of things. I don't know how to use them yet. I'm gonna get him on one of these days to explain. But until then, I'm just gonna be working it all up. And yeah, I totally agree with you with the parallel parking thing. Olive is supposed to be old enough for the most part, or the commercial district is, that the streets were never wide enough for that, so. Some of those things are his. I don't know his user. Oh, you know what would be an easy way to see that? Just check the F7. But, anyways. Back to what we were doing. Yeah, so, yeah, no, I'm planning on being much more extravagant with the roads in future larger towns. I'm not sure when the next town larger than Olive is, we're gonna get to is. It's probably gonna be Gilson City, but I know I'm gonna be spending a long, long time in Gilson City. So I'm a little bit hesitant to start moving in that direction. I might go part of the way and then go up into the mountains and then do something else. To continue. Oh yeah, parallel parking streets might help give the impression of busy blocks in terms of vehicle and pedestrian traffic, yeah. One thing I must ask about that might get you triggered, along with steam locomotive fans, what do you think of the Coalition for Sustainable Rail and their projects? I have heard about this via the podcast. Milky, I believe, talks about this. These are the guys that want to use biocoal, right? Biofuel, yeah, the biocoal. Honestly, I think it's awesome. I think they should go for it. I'm looking forward to seeing how far they get. If they get that far, and they seem to be on track to do something. I like to be a rational sort, but sometimes the far-flung hopes are the best. And this may not even be that far-flung, but as a guy who's currently rooting for the T1 Trust, maybe my hopes are not always the most realistic. But I like to rationalize them. As anyone who watches the podcast very often will see, I will fight anyone on the T1 Trust. Just like I will a route building. Come on, me, Mason. There we go, churchyard. Graveyard, really. Do we have gravestones? Can we get a gravestone spline in here? Hold on. Let's see if we've got gravestones. We've got gravestones. I'm gonna have to place these manually. F my life. This is the top of the list. How about in here? Oh, just gravel stuff. Oh, I would really love some gravestone splines right about now. Oh, it loops back around the end. That one doesn't. That one just doesn't move. Okay, so we've got gravestones. Do I feel like placing 50 gravestones right now? No, I don't. Maybe we'll just pretend there are gravestones there. Although it's close enough to the track that I think it's worth doing the detail on. I'm just not doing that right now. But I will admit I haven't looked too deep into what the CSR is doing, but I hear most of my news on how far they're getting via the podcast, and I know I'll most likely hear when there's some sort of breakthrough. If I recall correctly, they did recently run an engine using the biocoal. They were in the middle of a little bit of a feud, if I recall correctly, with a nearby town over who owns the engine that they're working on. But I believe that was resolved recently, because we talked about it on the podcast. And yeah, no, I hope their future is as bright as the fires in their firebox of biocoal. Honestly, I am all for this you know, I'm all for new fuels, new technologies. I think having the ability to do everything coal can do without having to, you know, without having to go through the costly, in multiple ways costly, procedure of pulling out of the ground is really good. is something fantastic to work towards, because it means, you know, well, you don't have to deal with, you know, coal miners, which, you know, nothing against coal miners. I'm just thinking for the sake of the health of the coal miners. I'm not saying you don't have to deal with coal miners, because they're all terrible people. No, I'm saying that coal mining is a dangerous and dirty job, and it always has been. It's much better than it once was, but that isn't to say it's a particularly safe or clean profession. I don't know that something being a dirty profession is a problem, but that dirtiness comes with risk. And I mean physically dirty. I don't mean dirty like pollution-wise. Obviously, almost everything having to do with coal is fairly dirty pollution-wise, but as a rail fan, some things you just have to overlook sometimes. Oh, there we go. I need a walking path. I know I had one. Alright, there we go, right here. There we go, path concrete. Alright. Yeah. So, that's, you know, Coalition for Sustainable Rail, I think, is moving in an excellent direction. And this is a tiny path. This is a sad, tiny path. I'm gonna put 4 of them side by each. And the bricks aren't gonna line up. Okay, that's not gonna work. I'm not gonna like that ever. Oh god, I need a sidewalk. Just give me a sidewalk. Can I have one without? There we go. Thank you. Now that is what I'm talking about. No, I didn't. I want this. I will gladly have, you know, a nice little back and forth about somebody about the CSR. But again, I'm not the most versed on the topic. If I was more versed on the topic, I'd probably have a stronger opinion on what they're doing. I just think what they're doing is good. You know, I like what you got. Good job. All right, so we're getting there. We got the church block in. We've got a nice big graveyard. Everyone needs a nice big graveyard. Okay, next question. I like that was actually a question. It was like a bunch of observations and then a question. That was a good comment. Thank you, Railord. Tristan's Trains. Have you ever thought of maybe doing some cinematics of the individual sections of Olive once it's completely finished? P.S. Use this in the next run session. QID 6126 100 320 362. Let me open the download station and see what he's on about. Manage content. Custom. Asset QID. Paste. Get rid of this. SpongeBob Express. How about no? DBA says, that's a mill. I thought that noise was your PC. Oh boy. Yeah, no, that's that noise that you hear when I go over here, that is 100% the lumber mill. I think I actually have a couple things that make this noise, but it's a minor annoyance. Oh, this has got to be one of those things where I absolutely have to remember to turn off the damn video sound before I go to speed things up 8 times and then record over it. Because my vocal audio track is saved in a different place. It's done differently than the video audio track. And the reason for that is just because one is recorded with Bandicam, the other one is recorded with Audacity. The reason that's done that way is because if it wasn't done that way, I would have no way to get rid of the noise in the background, and it would be a lot louder and more annoying. So, there you go. There's your explanation of how I make videos. The abridged version. And I just dumped gravel in the graveyard. Okay. Let's just paint underneath here, and then I'll come back and I'll put that dry where I want it. Also, this road basically has no reason to exist. Seriously, it has no reason to exist. Oh well. I do need to give that guy some more gravel over there, but this is technically the backing texture, so we're just going to fill in everything with it and then come back later. That gas station area will need some more gravel. So the Motel sucks, it doesn't even have a pool. Okay, so there's that. I know it could add a pool, but no. Moral of the story is don't go to that place. Most of this area is going to be gravel with a little bit of dead grass right around the... You know, I need some sidewalk. Let's see, can I just throw dead grass? How bad will it look if I just put the dead grass around this? Grab this. Maybe we think of the Iron Horse Inn. If you've ever been there, it's in Durango. I stayed there. Durango, Colorado. Okay. You know what, that... I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it or hate it. Good question. Wrong texture. Yep. Thank you. So we're gonna move this over here, this over here, and then fill that in like that, and there we go. We've got the texture for this area. Alright, we're done. Call it a day. Okay, no, I'm kidding. We'll come back to it in a second. Next thing. Captain Tank Traincraft. Did I must shoot by accident? I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't remember either. Lanky is here. I finished my end-of-year exams, and soon am moving up a year. Good. Nice. Cool to know what year, but making it through your end-of-year exams is always a good thing. Always celebration-worthy. Whoops, I clicked off the window again. I need to stop doing that. I feel like I should cut the road back a little bit to fill more things with dirt and grass. Turn this around. No, that's no good. We don't want the grass on the highway. That just looks bad. Let's get the smaller one. It was over here. Alright, this way. Alright, now we're on the other side. We can use regular grass. Regularly sized grass splines. But what is a regularly sized grass spline? I feel like we determine that for ourselves. It's a choice that one has to make on their own. What does a regular grass spline size mean for you? Alright. Boop. Flygay. The only other gas station in town. I should be able to get some of the smaller grass splines around the edge here and over there. And then I can add the ramps, like the entrances and exits to this lot. Very important. Yeah, I think I might leave this like this. Having it sort of not barren, but you know it would be nice, just like a single strip. Oh, wrong texture. Wrong texture. Okay. Nope. In here, there, one of these. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now I need the ramp sort of thing. Ramp car. Let's see, I'll put the... Well, let's see, you'd want the entrance to be more at the middle. So I'll do it like this. There, that works. These are like, these have a little added choral element that I never noticed before when I was playing the game, these songs. I'm constantly expecting to hear like the click, clunk, ching, you know, like all the train fever sound effects, train fever / transport fever sound effects that make up this, or that, that you'd want to have, or that you'd expect to have in the background of this. Because just from listening to these songs for so long while playing that game, What's next? Oh yeah, that was all the comments, for the record. I could probably rant about more stuff. Come on, give me stuff to rant about, guys. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. You want to sing with me? I'll bet you guys could not, for the life of you, get what song that was from. The interchange goes, what are you doing? I'm singing. You don't like? No, I don't like. You want to sing with me? Can I sing with you? Sure you can. It's back and forth. Two very Italian singers. I won't give away the song if somebody wants to actually try and guess it. Honestly, I would have a hard... I know the name of the song. I could not tell you the artist off the top of my head. But maybe I could. I could take a swing at it. I'm not gonna try right now because spoilers. But I feel like I could take a crack at it. What is it called? Sea and Sand Inn. Okay, yeah, I probably put that here because how perfect is that? Having a Sea and Sand Inn at the beach. Well, it's almost at the beach. You're almost at the beach. You're off the highway. That's the more opportune place to put this piece of real estate anyways. What's next? We sort of did that. Oh, that's right. We have to come over here and work on this. Where? This, right? Yeah, this one. This is going to be the next half an hour of our life. I kind of want to work on something else. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm a little bit tired of Olive now. I'm getting all olived out. Thankfully, I won't have to build a town like this for another while. As long as my next couple of towns don't get, don't start growing out of hand like this one did. Olive was not supposed to be this big. But, alas, it is. Alright, so let's fill this area in. First step, always the first step. Okay, first step's done, moving on to something else. Well, seriously though, what else can we do? You know, there's not that much else that could possibly be done. Maybe putting grass around the edge of the lake or something? But let's be honest here, how much time is that really... how much are we really getting out of our time there? Sure, let's put grass around the lake. Oops, wrong kind of thing. Grabbed a birch tree. I wish I had the locomotion button where I could ask it to hide, trees and buildings, foreground trees and buildings. What is up with this weird patchy gravel on the shoreline here? This is not the kind of gravel we were using. Oh, I know. We can see all this crap, and we could use an industry connector to actually make it so that this only produced when this had coal, and I probably should do that. And then I can actually tweak the rates based on everything. Oh, you know what we can do? We can add the multiple industries in downtown. Because I haven't done that yet either. That's sort of an operational thing that needs to get done before we release. We release the first alpha, which is probably going to be 0.13 or maybe 0.15 if we have another couple of versions in between. I don't necessarily know why we would need a couple more versions in between. We're on 0.12 right now. No, we're on 0.1.12. That's right. So that'll be 0.2.0 is going to be the first DLS release. And honestly, I should just change the description to reflect the fact that it's just Olive and not the map. So, yeah. That's something to do. Get another 20 minutes or so in this video. Right there. There. Whoa. Underwater slightly. Look at how far we can see, though. I love the scale of this map. Like, it's funny because this is like how far you'd put away actual towns in another map, and this is just like a tiny branch line. There's going to be 2 of these. You know, another like 6 miles or so before the next thing, which I think is going to be an interlocking, and 1 spur. And I had a name for it too, but I'll have to figure that out later. Still don't have a place to put an eye portal, but whatever. I'll do that. That's something that I would put, like, you know, off of here or something. I don't know where I would put the thing, to be completely honest. Honestly, I should get a bunch of eye portals, but is it really worth it to me? The answer's not really. I could just use invisible track and make them off to the side. I don't know. Whatever boats your float, so to speak. But every, like, approach and exit should have an eye portal. And, you know, an alternative one. I wish regular portals could be substituted for them. I would totally be using Olive for... You know, people were using them the other day. Come down, change out the regular portals for eye portals, and call it a day. I just send stuff back and forth to people. Until this map's in multiplayer, then that's just what you gotta do. That's what you had to do for a long, long time. I remember iPortals being in 06. You had the Tidewater Point, I think, route, which they broke into 2 pieces. And stuck iPortals in between them and called it, you know, hey, get your friend and send trains back and forth. Which was cool and all, except they sort of overestimated the amount of friends that the average rail fan has, which is about 0. So I don't know why they thought that would be useful. I don't even know why are they doing multiplayer at all, you know. I kid. So we're gonna fill this in. The music is so damn soothing, oh my god. I'm so glad I'm doing this. Happy little grass blinds. And it doesn't even remind me of pain. Like, if I listen to the Locomotion soundtrack, it would just, like, make me go, oh my god, where are the missing trains? Somebody has to be lost. Somebody's probably driving the wrong direction. If I change this signal, will there be a crash? Yada yada yada. You know how Locomotion works. You guys have watched me play. Okay. This way. Okay, so that's that. We're getting there. We're getting around the lakeside. Again, not sure how much this really matters. Because we're pretty far away from where we're going to be looking. Which is why I'm being fairly sloppy about it, all things considered. But grass on the water side, it's one of those things. Again, if I had thought of it, and if I knew that it could be handled, which apparently it's being handled a little bit better now than it was before, I should go visit the part on the Iron Horseman route where I did it for real. I would 100% be just adding grass under every square inch of forest. Call me crazy, but that's what I'd be doing. Oh, we almost have them connected. Let's finish it. I didn't realize how close I was to the other edge of where I grassed up to. So nice. And I've said that a dozen times, but it's nice to have the pressure off because dead air sucks so much. And I know, because when I have to go back and, you know, sort of QC my own videos, I don't normally watch significant portions of them, but you have those moments where I stop talking, and it's a couple seconds of like, wait, now what? And then I start talking again. And it sucks having dead air. And I recognize it too. I realize I'll be lost in thought for a second, and just try to get back on the train of thought, especially with Under Construction, because Under Construction, it's just, come here to hear me talk. Alright, so we've got our lake and trees that we just smashed our face into. Alright, so that's that. What was the other thing I had to do? Oh yeah, industries. Let's do that. Oh, I haven't done this place yet. This I should do rapido. As well as this, although this is probably going to have to be done with push pins, just because of the constraints that we're dealing with. This was done with copy-paste, as was this and this, because there are no buildings for me to accidentally supplant. When we're doing it with copy-paste, we can't have any buildings in the way. Actually, no, we can now. We totally can, because of the additional thing. The thing I used earlier to not delete stuff while I was pasting. Okay, we need some multiple industries. And I did add this, right? This is just this is its own industry. Effing sheep. Oh, hold on. This would be olive stock. Oh, hey. Olive stockyard sheep race. Sheeps. This doesn't open out the back, does it? I didn't do this right. Normally I wouldn't even care, but something inside me is telling me, fix it. There. Good enough, right? Wrong. Now it's good enough. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Get the sheep on the train. Let's see, can I put one of these here? You know, I haven't gone through and done. I haven't gone through and made sure that all of the track is the right, whatchamahoo's it? You guys know what I mean. The right quality, sorry. I'm gonna murder me some sheep. Where are we? Oh yeah, multiple industries, that's right. Let's go and grab one from over here. Oops, wrong tab. Wrong section of the tab. I am just a wreck today with clicking on things, huh? Wait, is this? Oh, okay. No, it shows me what the actual asset name is. I was gonna say, wait, why did that get unnamed? What is this called? Olive coal trestle. Okay. I started adding coal under here and then ran out of time. I think you guys were here for that. Oh yeah, I'm holding it. I was like, where did I put the multiple industry? Yeah, let's put down a 20-meter one here. This is going to be a scrap yard. It's a junk yard. It's junk. I used to work with a guy who would just call everything junk. It was like his catchphrase or something. I don't know. Come on. I'm not trying to roll it. There we go. I held the wrong thing slightly. No, get another one of those over here. Alright, good. Connect them up. Connect them alls. There. Did we accidentally... Oh, you know what? We don't even have a buffer here. Let's go grab one. This one. Yoink. Nope, no. And actually... I'm gonna do that. Get the buffer. US bumper dark rusty. It's not even dark rusty, it's just dark rusty. Dark rusty. No, dark rusty. Alright. Different question mark for clicking on different things. Olive. No. No? That's a new bug. I won't try to figure out what to do with that yet. I'll just name these guys. And I'll assume that these guys have like some sort of bridge thingy to get to the boxcars that are going to be parked on this track. I know it doesn't allow rolling. What about super elevation? Come on, guys. You're discounting the idea that a industry can be on a super elevated turn. Maybe that's because the industries are all straight and not on turns. Although I swear to you, there's a station that my train stops at every day that is on such a super elevated, and I am fairly certain it's a straight section, that my cup, my water, you know, it's a tumbler, I guess is what you call it, will slide across the table that I'm sitting at on the train. Because it's on that much of a, you know, it's on that much of a curve. It's on that much of an, not embankment. Whatever, you know what I mean. On a super elevation. That's not how you say that. Alright, this is obviously going to take general goods. Vio Ambrose Olive. Nope. There we go. This is just going to be a generic general goods one. This one probably as well. So you can just shunt boxcars into them. The idea is that all these places get sort of LCL, you know, less than carload freight. You know, it's all bound to them from different places to the same place. Probably comes from a warehouse, actually. Plot twist, these businesses are all owned by, like, the same person, and they all order all of their things from the same place. I think I have a name for this place then. Alright, so this is going to be called, and I've got to make sure that these guys are all consumers and not producers. Just make sure. Yeah, we've got a movie, we've got a barbecue shack, we've got a tattoo place, we've got a club, and last but not least, like, none of these should actually consume that much. Last but not least, we've got a plastic surgeon. I feel like that's a little bit out of place. But for the fact that we've got tattoos, barbecue, club, a movie theater, and a plastic surgeon, all in the same stretch of buildings that are allegedly all owned by the same person. This is going to be the Olive... The Olive Legitimate Business Company siding. And we'll go through and do all the edits to that one as well. I don't think there's another one we need to do, though. Like, that should be it. So, let's go over here. For the queue, we need general goods. General goods. This should be the right one, right? Yeah, general goods. Size. Let's just put 256 for now. Limited 256 units. 15 tons is 10 units. I don't know how much a single... Nope, not answering that. I don't know how much a single car holds, so I might turn this down, leave this at 100. Start with 50. 35 units. Start with 79. That's 4. That's a 4. Oh, that's 75, actually. 75. 53 units. Yeah, it's half full. That's good. Tracks. One track. We've only got one. General goods. Unload from vehicle. Q1. Yep. Processes. Multi-consumer producer. It just consumes general goods. Consume 1 unit every minute. That's fine. The idea isn't to keep it always packed. It's just to keep it. You know, this if you switch it once an hour, you'll be fine. Probably. Again, I don't know how many. I don't know how many tons of general goods a single boxcar holds, but we will probably have to tweak these. So Q1. What have we got that we could use here? I would figure general goods, but I feel like that's a little bit, It's a little bit meh. I don't want all the frozen food. God damn it. Fruit canned on pallet. I don't know where I got that. Hold on, let me use this to see. Fruit. Fruit canned on pallet is built in? You know what? Screw it. This is a fruit warehouse now. Fruit canned on pallet. We're gonna have to produce that somewhere. It's limited 256. This is a warehouse. We're putting 256 in. Tons. Start amount. 140 tons. How many units is that? 233 units. How about a little bit less? How about 100? 166 units. That's about halfway. Tracks. It's going to be the same thing. Fruit canned on pallet. Unload from vehicle. So this is like a cold storage warehouse. Duration. 60 seconds. So once a minute, we will consume 1 fruit canned on pallet. 1 pallet of canned fruit. Once a minute. It seems a little fast, but again, it doesn't much matter as long as we, you know, bring them and stuff. Now we just need to see last multiple industry, Olive Scrapyard, Q1, scrap metal. Okay, so we have a bunch of things called scrap metal. Scrap is installed from DLS. What's class 50 scrap? Oh, it's an engine. Scrap. Okay, that's installed from DLS, so we'll just use the thing called scrap. Scrap. Size. Let's see, a lot. This is the point where you're not ever going to be able to unload it, so I don't know how much scrap fits in a thing. Let's see, what's 1 ton of scrap? Oh, okay. A ton of scrap is 534 units. So if let's say this lot here, I don't know how optimistic this is being, but let's say it fits 50 cars. A car is about 2 tons. So that's 100 tons of scrap. So 100 tons of scrap times 500 units of scrap would be 50,000 units of scrap. Right? Everybody following the math there? However, that's just 1 layer of cars. So if you pile the cars 3 high because they're scrap, then you can get 150,000 units of scrap. And I think that's what we're gonna do. So 150,000 units of scrap in the scrapyard. You start with, let's say, 120,000. Because, why not? Let's start with tons. Oh, wait, what? I screwed up somewhere. Oh, wait, no, I forgot how to... So, 200 tons of scrap. So, about 100 cars worth. That's fine by me. Tracks. And this is the last thing we're going to do because we're out of time. Tracks. Multiple pickup drop-off. Scrap, obviously. Load into vehicle. Processes. Every 60 seconds, we get a new car in the lot, and it creates 1 ton of scrap. Wait, what? Why is that 1 unit now? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is a slow thing, but we start off with tons in the lot. Like, tons of scrap in the lot. Okay. So there we go. That's our olive scrap yard. We need to actually fill the yard with scrap. But that was a last minute decision by me with sort of TJ's thought, I think. TJ and TBA, maybe? I'm going to credit TBA more, because I think he was the one that was like, scrap yard. Well, because he was wondering what the spur was for. I was showing that off. Which actually means we have to reactivate the spur, so we have to pay attention to this right here. But maybe this can stay the way it is. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. Trainman out.